What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode, or welcome to Bondi on Cheer. My name is Bondi, and here we have honest conversations about business, coaching, leadership, and long-term athlete development. Today, we got a special episode for you guys because I'm trying something new. We're going to do a little bit of a reaction-style video. And about what you asked, great question, physical capacity. I talk a lot about physical capacity. It's my belief and our belief here at Hybrid that physical capacity is the foundation of an athlete's ability to grow into the sport of cheerleading, stunting, tumbling, pyramids, baskets, all of it. I always see people like, oh, I was calling so good, and Dewan is so good, and Mitt's so good, and Michael, and all these guys who lack no physical capacity. I'm like, what do you mean, how are they so good? And they ask them, how do you throw this, and how do you do this? You can teach me. I'm like, okay, well, first off, you're failing to recognize the fact that they're far more physically capable than you. And yes, there's underlying technical things that help them execute skills. But at the end of the day, you're talking about somebody being able to apply certain technique because of their physical ability. And I talk about it a lot. But I realized a little bit ago that on Dan's YouTube channel, we ran a case study with one of our buddies who is one of the most physically capable people that we know. So we took him and we were able to teach him how to stunt because of that. I see a lot of people are like, yeah, no, I know strength and conditioning, it's so important, physical capacity. Yeah, no, I hear you, because it sounds great in theory and on paper, but then people don't apply it. They don't prioritize the strength and conditioning like they should. And some people don't have to because naturally they're just gifted. But then there's other people who do work towards it and they excel. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you our good friend, Dallin Pepper.
Believe it or not.
So we brought Dallin, and the story behind this, I bumped into Dallin. I sent him a DM because I was watching a Road to the Games video for the previous year. I think it might have been 2025. And I was like, wait a second, they had an episode on Dallin. And I was like, I was listening, and then all of a sudden I heard, grew up in Utah, whatever, Jacksonville, Florida. And I was like, Jacksonville, Florida? What? So I looked it up and I was like, Dallin lives in Jacksonville. So I DM'd him and was like, hey bro, I think it'd be awesome if you let us teach you how to stunt. And he never replied, which is the funny part of the story, which we do address in the video. But I'm not gonna, if you want to watch the video, go watch the video. It's on Dan's channel. But I'm gonna just go to the parts where Dallin's executing the skills, okay? Because that's the point of this video. If you want the full comedy, entertainment, all of it, just watch the whole video. I was going on a run and I bumped into Dallin and was like, Dallin. He was like, what's up, man? I was like, hey, I'm Bonnie. Like, I sent you a DM a little bit ago. We have a gym here in Jacksonville. We would love to teach you how to stunt. And he was like, dude, that actually sounds really fun. Like, I'm down. He didn't really know what I meant. So when I explained it to him, he was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. So we made it happen, and we're just going to watch. We're going to watch Dallin learn how to stunt. He has never done anything, no cheer, no stunting, no tumbling, no gymnastics, no nothing. He has only done CrossFit. Now, he is one of the best in the world, and that's why I say maxed out physical capacity, okay? And we're going to watch what that does and how that basically unlocks your ability to apply the technical layer of cheerleading very quickly and very efficiently, okay?
You got this.
Yep.
Okay. Squat with, yeah. So that was Dallin's very first attempt at a toss hands, but we didn't give him any instruction. We literally showed him, Dan did a toss hands, he popped it off, and we were like, okay, Dallin, you're up. Try it. No nothing. No how to stand, no how to grab, no how to throw, literally nothing. We just let him go. That was his very first one, and we were like, okay, so here's like a little thing to do. She's gonna go lower. Yeah.
Okay. That didn't count. Second. Nope. Yeah, that didn't count.
Oh, yeah. No, you grabbed the ankles and then the feet. Okay, this is the pop-off now. So that was Dallin's second attempt at toss hands. Really, it was his first because he didn't throw the first one. If you saw, she went lower than he was expecting, so he lost his grip. He wasn't able to really throw her. So we said, yeah, she's going to go low. And then on the second one, the very second try, he hit. Now, guys, this is insane. Hitting toss hands your pretty much first try is crazy. Now, obviously, we're using Kat, who is one of the best flyers in the world. But it doesn't matter because the guy still needs to be able to execute the skill. So we have watched the guy be the limiting factor. Well, the guy's always a limiting factor when you're stunting with Kat, but it isn't because Kat's so good. It's because Dallin was able to execute on the move of toss hands. He makes it look easy, and we make stunting look easy, but there's no part of it that's easy, especially for somebody who's brand new and learning. There's no part of it that's easy. It comes down the same way it went up.
Okay. Yeah, same. Grab her hips.
Okay, good. Okay.
That was, I knew it. And that, just like that, first toss hands. So I can't remember if we have him move on here, or if because we were just trying to get him in to do like cool, fun skills, see how far we could progress. But I knew it. Amazing. So excited to see you. Bring me so much joy. Okay, beautiful job. Well done. Give us your thoughts. What are you thinking right now?
More fun than like echo bike sprints.
Okay. Okay. Hey, watch.
No.
Hips.
Okay.
It's not.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Okay. Try this.
So we gave him a little bit of correction. Now, like, we're giving him a little bit of coaching as time goes on just to see, but we're not overcorrecting. We're not overcoaching, which is what happens a lot of the times. Coaches default to giving technical corrections because they fail to understand that it's a lack of physical capacity, not technical capacity. So all they do is throw all these tools and this technique and tips and tricks, but then they're not actually going to help because it's a physical inability, not a technical inability.
This same skill one more time, make it cleaner.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So that's his second toss hands ever, and it's borderline flawless. So again, he makes it look easy, but there's no part of this that's easy, even for somebody that is as big and strong as Dallin. But it goes to show, like, look at my face, dude. I'm cheesing here because I'm like, I knew it. Like, this is just proving everything I've ever thought to be true. So Lenny is going to demonstrate the next move, which is, I believe, a toss extension. Just so I can show you guys what we did here. We showed Dallin the skill, then we let Dallin try. Back.
You okay?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. That's what it is. All the way to the top.
Okay, toss extension. Showed Dallin.
Good luck, everybody else.
I turned that down. Oh my god.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. A toss extension first try is, so normally you have to teach people when they toss hands, they kind of barely toss and catch, and then they use this position, this front rack position, to kind of balance and settle. Overhead's a whole new animal because the grips are a little bit different, the weight shifts in a little bit of a different way, throwing it up there is a little bit different. So there's variables that change that normally you have to teach, but Dallin, because he's so physically capable, is feeling out those variables in real time and making adjustments to keep Kat over him, which is just insane. This is his first ever attempt at a toss extension. And it's literally almost flawless. Like I said, there's some minor grip issues and there's a little bit of like his stance and his legs we would change. But that's easy to fix. If an athlete can just throw a toss extension, it's so easy for us to change how he's standing and what he's doing with the hand placement, the grips, and everything overhead.
Dan, stay in there. He doesn't know how to.
Okay. That's, again, this is us just being silly, so I'm going to skip through some of these moments. Okay. So,
It's very similar.
Nick demonstrates a toss platform, and we all make fun of Nick because he catches it with bad grits and it's a little wobbly.
Oh, shit. What the hell was
All right, so hold on. Let's demonstrate that one more time. His clothes weren't dry this morning.
There we go.
Nice. So it's a platform, and for those of us that are new, the platform is to the top, feet together. And there is a grip switch here, but we didn't really tell Dallin much about that. We just said, hey, the feet are going to be together. So instead of apart, they're together. And that's where our first, it's difficult to teach guys how to catch that platform grip. So we knew that one was going to take a little bit of time. We just let it rock for now. I'm saying it's a cleaner. The strength to throw a human up there, grab her by the ankles. We do that for fun because we've been stunting for 10 years. So this is like us, but zero experience. I couldn't do this when I first started stunting. Like, I was nowhere near this. I couldn't hit toss hands. I couldn't hit toss extensions. It took me forever to hit toss extension. And then when I did, I lost it for like a month and was like, why can't I hit toss extension? This man's doing this stuff just first try. It's just crazy.
Right there, it's gonna.
Dude, Dana's hovering over me.
So in a platform, normally you have one hand on the heels, one hand on the balls of the feet. So the flyers used to being able to have that weight sort of center as opposed to an extension. You have your weight a little bit more towards the heels because the guy is holding each foot, bracing a little bit more of the heel. So now that he's grabbing both feet and no ball of the foot, no toe, just like a close extension grip, it's easier for her toes to dump, which is what's happening here.
Okay.
But that toss to the top is just incredible. You want to put it right up over you. Yep. Yes. Yes. And pop it off. Okay. So, yes, for all of my cheerleaders watching, that is a bad platform grip. But if you notice, Dallin is throwing her all the way to the top. Her feet are together and they're not moving. So when we talk about physical capacity, this is what we're talking about. He can throw her to the top, catch her, hold her without moving with her feet together. So all we would have to work on here are minor grip adjustments. That is so easy to coach. But when an athlete fails to be able to throw a flyer all the way to the top and they're catching it like eye level, you can't really focus on grips because it's too low for them to be able to actually catch properly. So he has taken out the difficult variables or the difficult parts, and now it's just grips, minor grip things. Throw this one to me for fun because if you can't see, I'm still missing my right bicep. So the left one has been healed. I tore the right one. So this is my right there.
I'm you.
Yeah, I'm you.
That's totally fine.
So Dan demonstrates toss QP.
You have to. Yeah, you want to.
Now, for people who don't know, a toss QP takes months. Hands QP takes months normally. Obviously, there's some people who do that faster, but a QP is a very daunting skill. It's a very difficult skill because it's the first one arm skill. So you have nothing else. You have no other hand to support. It's just one arm. And it's very difficult because of the way that you have to position your body and the shape you have to create as a male to be able to hold a QP, at least efficiently.
Yes. Yes, bro. Yes.
So again, Dallin, you can see Lenny's face right here. Lenny's just like, what? Dallin is throwing it to the perfect spot. He's catching it, he's holding it, but when there's a little weight shift forward, he sort of naturally rolls his hands because when you have a barbell, you are supposed to punch overhead and then roll your hands forward in the overhead position. So he's naturally pushing a little bit more forward than we would in cheerleading because of his understanding of how to keep his wrist overhead when he's using a dumbbell or barbells or kettlebells. So he is prone to dumping, and you'll see that throughout the video, but that is such a minor change. You want to push through your palm more than you do like I call it like the balls of your palm because it's kind of like the ball of your foot. But instead of pushing through there, like you would when you're holding anything overhead like a dumbbell or barbell, you want to push a little bit more through your palm, right? And so Dallin is just starting to roll his hand, and you see that throughout.
I'm gonna get this.
Oh, good.
Work starts at 1.
I
wish I could redo these skills for the first time.
I know, right? Like, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm the only one around.
Yes, bro.
So again, launching her up there, just absolutely launching her up to the QB and just struggling to find where to hold the weight. But we haven't given him any instruction. So during this, we're literally letting him try these reps. And he is just already figuring out how to shift with the weight and where to change the pressure in the hand without us even telling him.
You just need to keep it in. That's all.
So I gave him a correction that I give almost every male when I'm coaching here in the States, overseas, everywhere. And that is to C-grip the QP because it allows you to keep your lat rolled in. We call it the lat wrap. And that allows you to have a more stable line when you're straight on like you would be when exercising, like I said, barbells, dumbbells, all of that. You tend to have external rotation and then your arm starts to give or the weight shifts too far away from your body so you can't control it. So I said, hey, just C-grip it. And that means literally like a Lego hand. Just hold it like this.
All you have to do.
That's so close. It's hitting perfectly.
Turn your hand more. Try to catch it like this, like a toe.
So you could see in that last one, he didn't fully turn. So I'm like, hey, just really try to seek grip. Okay, I'm giving him very simple corrections here. I'm like, you're here, just here. That's it.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's all
I'm not gonna get frustrated.
that's all I have to fix.
No, bro, you're doing great.
Yep.
Oh, what a
Good. Pop it up. Pop it up.
It's just dumb to be able to do a toss QP that clean in 7 tries. I don't know exactly how many it was. Dan put a count for some of the other skills. That is insane. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this man just walked into this gym probably not even an hour ago. I think it's been 45 minutes. He has hit a toss hands for the first time, a toss extension for the first time, a platform for the first time, and now a toss QP for the first time. Okay, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I don't care who's flying. I don't care how big and strong you are. That's ridiculous. Because of the nuanced nature of stunting, that is crazy and so impressive.
Bro, he went straight into a jerk position.
Dude, so in the pop.
Oh, Momo. You want to sip water?
I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, with 2 hands though.
This is a spin.
Oh, okay, with 2 hands though.
Yes.
Dude, yeah.
He said, okay. I mean, I'll try it to 1, too.
So this is a full up. This is a first spinning skill, the first IME, the first spinning IME. And this skill right here takes people forever to learn because of the number of variables that are thrown in. Our flyer is now spinning. We now have a hand turn. We have a release point. We have to be able to control that spin on the catch, not only in the release but on the catch. So many things going on here in a full up.
Everything is the same as what you've been doing. When you
We're trying to just. I mean, the fact that it got around and he grabbed the feet, crazy.
Oh, he's
Look at that hand turn.
immediately.
Yes.
And that right there, that's one of the most wild things. When you have enough experience doing other things that are athletic, you intuitively, your body starts to be like, okay, it would make sense that if she's spinning this way to the right, I need to go get her. And that hand turn sort of naturally happens. A lot of people confuse which way they turn their hands. Everybody learns differently, but this is just incredible to see somebody who has just done so much that he's comfortable understanding how these things should move and how to manipulate the weight and what to do with the hands. He's an athlete.
You're like, bro, you do stunting. You stunt. You're a cheerleader.
Okay. So I give him a little correction here coming up that he just needs to let go of a little bit sooner. He's keeping her from being able to spin.
To follow all the way to the top, which is good, but I want you to, like, get rid of it. Yep. Yep.
So you can see that one spun all the way around because he was just fast to release and before he was keeping Cat from spinning. But that's because we were trying to tell him, obviously, finish the toss. But now, because he's strong enough, because he's powerful enough, we can give him the real world corrections, which are for a full up. If you follow all the way up to the top, a lot of the times, if you have a fast flyer who likes to spin, you're gonna actually keep her from being able to spin. So if you can think fast and sharp release by the eyes, then typically with a high enough toss, your full up is going to be better.
Okay. It's the left. Wow. Yep. There it is. Yep. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
That was amazing.
He did.
Regroup.
You're right.
Yep.
Hold it. Pop it off. Pop it off. Pop it off.
Okay. So, again, if you're a cheerleader, if you're an experienced base, you're probably watching this and going, all right, so it was 3/4 because he caught her at the 3/4, which he should, and instead of turning his hands, he caught and he turned his body to face the way that she was facing, which is just literally all he needed to do was turn his hands to the front. That's it, instead of turning his body. But he hit that full up, again, 7th try, which is insane for somebody's first time stunting. Okay. So we're now moving on to Dallin doing a hand-in-hand. And this one I need to fast forward a little bit because I think, understandably so, this is one that takes a little bit more. So let me see if I can find our timestamp here. So Dallin's Purdue ups, I'm pretty sure he was able to Purdue up the hand-in-hand. It was like 2nd try, which for a lot of people, a Purdue up is just a very tricky skill. So I want to watch this really quick. I want to watch him Purdue up.
Yep, that looks good.
And then
You'll go all the way down.
Okay.
Okay.
I like his setup.
Head out of the way a little bit. or-
Nope, she's not. Her feet aren't gonna. No. You want to stay in it. You want to throw it like every other stunt you've thrown.
So let's just go for it.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, first time Purdue up, literally gets the hips all the way up, doesn't know what to do as far as dropping underneath it. That's fine. Still crazy.
Yeah. And you know what else?
Give me one.
Hold that. Hold that.
Okay, so third try, and he's getting the Purdue up. He's now just trying to figure out how to, like, width of the hands.
A little too narrow.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Hold that.
Look at that. Oh,
I got too close again.
Yeah.
That's it. To go.
yeah,
That's it,
he's
yeah.
Am I catching the
putting her hands a little bit too close. But he is doing the Purdue up. I've watched people who have done Purdue ups with other flyers not be able to Purdue up with Kat for a while just because she's fast and they can't stay with her and they're bumping the hips wrong. Dallin's never done a Purdue up with anybody or anything even close. And third try, he's getting it up into the handstand. Now he's just struggling holding the hand-in-hand position.
Hold that.
Hold right there. Right there. Oh.
I mean, again, fourth, fifth try of a Purdue up, and look at that position. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Stay where you are. Go.
Okay, so he is now, after, I don't know, probably 10 tries, he's now popping it through. Now, we gave him very minimal pop through instruction. Again, like all the other skills, we're just saying, hey, dip, then throw it over you, and the feet are going to come through in that platform position like we were doing earlier. So this is where I'll probably skip ahead to see what we can find.
Big throw. Yes, exactly. Let that. Yep.
Okay, so now we get so hyped.
That's the one, bro. You got it.
Yeah, we get so hyped because he's touching the feet now in the pop through, which is obviously just like, that's the first step of being like, okay, I touch the feet, now I can catch the skill.
Exactly. That's.
Okay, now the guys are
No,
stunned
you
with her.
absolutely
That. Okay, wow, that was me doing a split.
Yes. Yes. Behind you. Yes.
So at the end there, first off, this man hit a hand-in-hand day one. Pop through to the top. Let's just...
Yes. Yes. Behind you. Yes.
So it says rep 52. So Dan put a rep count on there. 52 reps of a hand-in-hand. Now, we were counting all the Purdue up attempts. So Dan started counting once he started doing Purdue ups. There was a lot of Purdue ups up in there where he went up and then the Purdue up kind of fell, and like that counted as a rep. So I don't know how many pop-through attempts it was, but it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure this is hour 2. So in 2 hours, this man has learned all of these, from his first toss hands to his first hand-in-hand to the top. Purdue up, pop through to the top. Not even like, oh my God, I finally hit a hand-in-hand, where I caught it and kind of pressed it up to the top. And you can see here, he actually adjusts. He kept watching them stunt because they would jump in and throw skills. He kept watching them adjust for her to pull lib. So he... just with the athlete brain was like, well, they're pulling libs. He adjusted to the left foot so that she could pull her lib, which is obviously the opposite lib, and he had an opposite lib grip. Actually, no, he might have had a correct lib grip. So I stand corrected. He had a regular lib grip, but you can see like Kat was like, I don't know what's happening here. So he does that, and then she pulls and it falls because he doesn't know how to hold the opposite lib. He just dips. He's just out from underneath the studs. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Hand in hand to the top. I don't care how many tries. It was in an hour, and he's a workhorse, obviously. So 52 reps. Some people might not be able to sustain that, but he can, and he did, and he hit the skill to the top, which is just crazy. Okay, let's go to our next one. So this is us teaching him how to do a rewind, which in my opinion is one of the last elites people should learn because there's a full flip after the release. So you release flyers upside down, then you catch the feet. Other elites like hand in hands, front handspring ups, back handspring ups, you make contact with the flyer, they're upside down. So you throw them, as you throw them, they're standing up. A rewind, you throw, as you release, they're going upside down. So it's a dangerous skill, but we're teaching Dallin. Obviously, there's 4 of us here spotting. I'm not really spotting because I only have one arm, but we obviously are doing this safely and teaching him a rewind, which is a really difficult skill.
Okay.
So not bad. The rewind actually happened.
Okay, hey, bro.
The same.
Send it. Just give it power.
Throw.
Okay, hit him on the chest in that one. You can just see that there's a little bit of, again, feeling it out, not understanding quite how the weight shifts and when to throw and the timing and all of that, because like we've talked about before, we have shape, speed, timing, pressure, and placement as far as what a skill needs. And so he's just intuitively sort of going through those things, and right now it's the timing and the pressure.
Let's go.
And on that one, he touched feet.
He got feet. We got feet.
And that's a big step, because once you touch feet, you know that you are in the realm of being able to hit the skill.
Come on.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
So close.
So now he's catching it to the chest and holding it up, and Estes is this one, which is amazing. The fact that he's even getting it over him, catching it at all is crazy.
Just
See, we're giving him little corrections now, and as you can see, now he's grabbing feet. Just minor things that need to change. Let's go. So this is his.
Finish the rotation.
I think this is his first.
And a little more. Thumbs down. Yes.
Okay. That's the first one he threw, the hit at the top that he caught, but obviously the weight is shifting and he's trying to follow it forward, because in a rewind, for anybody who's not thrown one before, when you throw a rewind, there's like a little bit of a forward flick through your thumbs, so it feels as if the weight might go forward, but it won't, and that's what makes it really difficult. It's what makes these skills so difficult, is that what you feel isn't necessarily what's going to happen, and as you gain experience in stunting, that's what makes you better at throwing stunts, because you throw it and then you're like, oh, okay, I know it might feel like it's going forward, but it's not. It's going to be right over me, so I need to be here to catch it.
Yep. He got it. Oh, we good?
You okay?
Yeah. Everything you got.
Yep. Hold it. Oh my God. Oh wait. He went down to the.
That's insane. To be able to do that, catch it, drop to a knee, save it at hands is just crazy.
Hold it.
Just walking forward still.
Hold it.
Yes. Yes.
The fact that he's following the stunt now is crazy. Catching it and following it, especially as day one, this is insane. You have no idea. Day one, this is crazy.
Oh, we did it. Pop it off. Okay.
So he technically hit that one to the top. I mean, he hit it to the top. He had to walk, but he hit that skill to the top. That was his first rewind ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh. Yes. Hold it. Oh my. He's gone. Yep. Hold it. Yep. Oh my.
These are all hitting to the top. Like you can see now he's throwing it in the same spot, the same timing, the same speed, the same everything. It's just now it's a little bit of awareness and not hesitating, like getting it, actively getting it and trying to have the right pressure at the right time when you make contact.
Oh.
Go.
Yes.
Hold it.
Come on. Oh. He's down to the knee again.
Stays.
This is it. Believe in it.
Okay. So clean to the top, obviously extension grip, but that's because he doesn't actually know how to catch a platform. But that is just ridiculous. Rep 37 and probably hour 3. So in 3 hours time, he has, for the first time in his entire life, he has thrown toss hands and now hit a rewind to the top and a hand in hand to the top. Okay, a full up, a QB, an extension, a platform, all for the first time in 1 3-hour session. This is insane, okay? And look at that pop-off. Look at that pop-off. That pop-off is flawless. You can see all of us here are like, no way this man just did that. Like, Kat is even blown away.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Because that shit is
Insane, okay? Absolutely insane. So, let's get back here. I wanted to show that video for a number of reasons. One, because I think Dallin's awesome, and I think that's so cool, and it's just fun to watch somebody go through progressions that quickly. But 2, because I get on this podcast, and I sit here and I talk all day about physical capacity And I put it at the bottom of what I call the athlete capacity pyramid. I put it as the first layer, the first tier, all right, the foundation. Because with physical capacity, with enough physical capacity, the technical layer is easy to just stack on. It takes very little coaching. A lot of it is just letting athletes explore. So there's a lot of exploration. There's little tips and tricks at the right time, but you don't overcomplicate. And what I see all the time are athletes who lack the physical ability, and the coaches and their peers trying to give them technical advice that just isn't what they need. And of course, there might be technique that's going wrong. And sometimes somebody is physically capable and there is a piece of technique that they're missing or lacking or don't understand or not applying that will keep the skill from happening. But 9 times out of 10 in my experience, it's a lack of physical ability. I'm watching people stunt. They're like, I want to learn this skill. Can you teach me this? And my answer to them is just straight up, you just don't have the physical ability. That is something more people need to realize, and that needs to be why people prioritize going to the gym, the strength and conditioning, the Olympic movements. I mean, take Colin, for example. Everybody knows Colin. Everybody knows how good Colin is, okay? Dallin hit some of these stunts as clean as Colin would. And this is his first 3 hours stunting. Now, take somebody like Colin, who is as physically capable as Dallin, and give him 15 years of stunt experience, right? What do you think is going to happen? Imagine Dallin, this is his first 3 hours. Imagine him doing this for 10 plus years. He would be an animal. So the point is, if you work on that physical capacity, if you lay that physical capacity, that foundation, then you will progress through the technical layer, the technical capacity, so much faster because there's nothing holding you back underneath. And that's why Dewan and Mitt and Michael and all of these great stunters that we know, they're all very physically capable. And even myself, I did CrossFit before I got into stunting. I didn't progress nearly as quickly as Dallin did because I wasn't nearly the level of athlete that Dallin is right now, or Dallin was when we did this video. But I had enough experience under my belt with gymnastics and CrossFit, so Olympic weightlifting movements like cleans and jerks and snatches, that I was able to learn and lean on that to apply the technique of stunting. And people are like, oh, how'd you get so good? How'd you get so good? Well, first off, I've been doing it for 10 years, okay? But I don't feel like there was ever any point in time that I was limited by my physical capacity, just my technical capacity. So as I learned the technique, I was able to progress very quickly. And if you don't feel like you are progressing quickly or you're at a plateau, chances are you need to focus on the physical capacity. We ran a successful case study where my hypothesis was if you take an athlete who lacks no physical capacity, has maxed out their physical capability, that you could teach them to stunt and take them through progressions extremely quickly, probably at 100 times that of your average cheer athlete. And our conclusion was that we were correct. Dallin was able to, on his first day ever touching feet in a stunt, he was able to do toss hands, toss extension, a toss platform, a toss QP, a full up, a hand in hand, and a rewind, all of which hit to the top. We're not talking about pressed skills. We're not talking about catching below eyes and just popping off and calling it a day. These are to the top skills because this man lacks no physical capacity. So please, athletes, coaches, parents, everybody, take the time to build your physical capacity, then layer the technical capacity on top of it. If this doesn't show you just how important it is and just how impactful and beneficial it can be, then I don't know what will. But Dallin, thank you for letting us use you as a case study. That was not the intention. We just thought it would be fun. And here you are giving me gold. This is just gold footage to be able to share with people, all right? A case study that I think will live on, that I will lean on and reference almost all the time now moving forward. So hopefully you guys took something away from that video. This has been another episode of Bondi on Cheer. This was a fun one, a little bit of a different vibe here. You have to watch this on YouTube, the Spotify. Like if you're just listening to audio, probably not going to be as great because obviously I have a reference video that I'm watching while we go through this. But that's it for this episode, y'all. I appreciate everybody who continues to follow, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help out. I hope to keep doing this podcast for a while. So Anything you can do to help grow it, I appreciate it. I have more episodes in the tank, excited to put them out. So until then, see you all in the next episode.